and systematic cover-ups by their superiors. The 4-day summit is scheduled to take place from today until the 24th of this month and comes on the heels of the Vatican defrocking of former American Cardinal Theodore McCarrick for sexual abuse of minors and adults. Now in sports, 11 NHL games tonight, including the 36-19 Maple Leafs playing the Capitals. The Penguins are at home to the second-place Sharks. The 32-21 Canadiens face the Flyers. The league-leading Lightning go for 8 straight wins against the Sabres. And the division-leading Islanders visit the Oilers, winners of just 1 in their last 10 games. On tonight's National Basketball League schedule, the Hurricanes host the last-place Island Storm. Halifax is second at 17-12, winning their last 5 games. Tip-off time is 7 o'clock at Scotiabank Centre. There are 6 NBA games on tap tonight as the regular season resumes, including the 43-14 first-place Bucks hosting the Celtics, and the West-leading Warriors welcome the Kings. Golden State is 22-7 at home. At the Scotties in Sydney in curling, Alberta's Chelsea Carey finished at 7-0 to lead Pool A, while Ontario and Northern Ontario were next with 5-2 records. Casey Scheidegger's wildcard team is 6-1 to lead Pool B, while Prince Edward Island and Saskatchewan have 5 wins and 2 losses. This morning in the tiebreaker game, BC defeated Manitoba 8-5. That's news and sports. I'll be back in a moment with the weather.
Rocket Boy Entertainment presents The Lonely, celebrating the music of Roy Orbison, the Everly Brothers, and the Traveling Wilburys. Sunday, May 19th at the Spatz Theatre. The band The Lonely delivers a dynamic tribute to these legendary artists with the sounds and feel of the original recordings.
Only the lonely.
For tickets, call 902-422-6278, extension 500, Ticket Halifax, or online at spatztheatre.ca. Presented by Seaside FM.
And now a look at Seaside FM weather. Tonight, light snow ending before morning. The winds northwest at 20, gusting to 40 overnight. The temperature around -2, then falling. The wind chill -15 overnight. On Friday, it'll be mainly sunny with a high of -2, a wind chill of -15 in the morning, -8 in the afternoon. Friday night, a few clouds with winds northwest at 20 becoming light late Friday night, and the low Friday night, -12. That's your weather. It is currently -5 degrees at Seaside FM.
You've got a friend you can always turn to.
105.9 Seaside FM.
The following program is brought to you in the high-power stereophonic sounds of Seaside FM in conjunction with...
My name is Charles Hsuen and I'm your host. December 21st, 1988. 1989. My name is Charles Hsuen and welcome. 1990. And welcome to our 2nd anniversary show.
My name is Charles Hsuen and welcome.
April 3rd, 1994. And welcome to our 6th anniversary show.
My name is Charles Hsuen and welcome.
Today's date is October 18th, 2004.
Welcome to Charles' Tape Series.
Welcome to the JSC.
Welcome to An Evening with Charles Hsuen.
Welcome to the Swing Arrangement with Charles Hsuen.
Welcome to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. CQHS Productions celebrating 30 years in broadcasting. A good Thursday evening, everyone. Today's date is February 21st, 2019. This is my 14th anniversary right here on Seaside FM, and we're broadcasting to you Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, the home of good music. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Charles Hsuen, and this is Evening Solitude. I bring you music until the program closes, and that's going to be down the line at 8 p.m. We are broadcasting to you live from our studios in the heart of Eastern Passage, and if you're picking us up on local radio, it's frequency modulation station signal, 105.9 megahertz on your FM dial, on the internet at seasidefm.com, on Bella Line Digital TV channel 779, East Link Digital TV channel 952. You can also pick us up on your mobile device, on your iPhone, iPod Touch, or iPad, anything on the Android platform by going to seasidefm.com and clicking the Listen Live button on your screen. And we are also on our streaming cast on visual and also audio by watching us on video live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch TV, Twitter, and Instagram by searching Charles Hsuen and February 21st. And you can see me live and in studio and see what goes on behind the scenes. As I mentioned, this is our 14th anniversary. And if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, like how we used to do it 14 years ago, you can call me at 902-469-6000. You can email me with your requests at seasidefm.com, or you can add me to Facebook once again at facebook.com/Charles Hsuen, and I'll be happy to chat with you in real time on Facebook Messenger or post a comment on the video post. Well, it is our 14th anniversary, as I mentioned, and so much music has gone through. So many changes has gone through Seaside FM. I was originally doing my first broadcasts in our old studios on Cal Bay Road. We have now come to this beautiful, glorious studio that overlooks the sea, hence our moniker, Seaside FM. And we are going to start things off with some great music, some of my favorite pieces that I've played in the last 14 years, beginning off from 1969, Burt Bacharach and his orchestra, and this one coming from an album entitled Make It Easy on Yourself, a wonderful piece of music that Dionne Warwick recorded in the same year called Promises, Promises, which was a remake of a 1960 motion picture directed by Billy Wilder and starring Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred McMurray, called The Apartment. And this is Promises, Promises on Broadway stage, Burt Bacharach and his orchestra. bringing to you music from the Great American Songbook from the 20th century and beyond. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away. I'll make a brand new start of it in old New York. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. In a city that never sleeps and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York.
A song so nice they named it twice. That's Fred Ebb and John Cander's famous composition, New York, New York, and Frank Sinatra's last legitimate hit. And he recorded in 1979 based on a 1977 motion picture directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Liza Minnelli, who sang the song first, and Robert De Niro, who played the saxophone and learned how to play the saxophone for that particular role in New York, New York. The theme from New York, New York, Frank Sinatra with the wonderful Vinnie Falcone on the piano doing that famous vamp that was Sinatra's signature and closer for many of his concerts in the last some 16 years of his concert career. My name is Charles Hsuen. This is the 14th anniversary of Evening Solitude. Hello goes out to all of the wonderful listeners and viewers on Facebook Live, Twitch TV, and YouTube Live. Thank you very much for all your comments. To start the set off, Burt Bacharach from the Broadway show Promises, Promises. That was him and his orchestra from 1969. The Astaire story is next up, and this one coming from 1952. Fred Astaire at the time, already a legend in the motion picture industry with his famous dance sequences with Ginger Rogers. He decided to go into semi-retirement, and he recorded an album called The Austere Story in 1952 under Norma Grantz's label with Oscar Peterson and his trio, great Canadian. And we're going to be hearing a wonderful piece of music called A New Sun in the Sky. And here is the great Fred Astaire.
I see a new sun up in a new sky, and my whole horizon has reached a new high. Yesterday my heart sang a blue song, but today hear it hum a cheery new song. I dreamed a new dream, I saw a new face, and I'm spreading sunshine all over the place. With a new point of view, here's what greets my eye. New love, new luck, new sun in the sky. And my whole horizon has reached a new high. Yesterday my heart sang a blue song, but today hear it hum a cheery new song. I dreamed a new dream, I saw a new face, and I'm spreading sunshine all over the place. With a new point of view, here's what greets my eye. New love, new luck, new sun in the sky.
Bringing to you the rich sounds of the golden age of the Great American Songbook, you're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
Year by year
You're welcome, Barbara. That was Barbra Streisand live in concert in 2006 in her comeback, one of her many comebacks that she recorded, and that was with Marvin Hamlisch and his orchestra doing her famous song, Barbara in Color. That was a television special from 1965 in which she sang in an art gallery, and Starting Here, Starting Now became, I believe, a Broadway standard on a stage in New York. Barbra Streisand. Fred Astaire before that, and that was a wonderful piece of music called New Sun in the Sky. Oscar Peterson and his quartet, and that one from 1952 on Norman Grantz's Verve label from the Astaire Story. My name is Charles Hsuen, celebrating our 14th anniversary here on Seaside FM, playing some of my favorite pieces of music that I've graced you with for the last decade and almost a decade and a half. And we are going to give you now your 3-day Metro Weather Call forecast for Halifax and the surrounding area. And with that, I have always given you a little bit of music, a little bit of ditty, coming from my production music archives. Here is the weather forecast.
What's with the temperature now? What's the high?
What's the low?
Here's your Metro Weather Call forecast for tonight. Light snow ending late this evening, then partly cloudy. A risk of freezing drizzle this evening. Winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. Temperature rising to -2. And then this evening, then falling. Wind chill at -6 in the evening and -15 overnight. On Friday, mainly sunny. Winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. High of -2. Wind chill at -15 in the morning and -8 in the afternoon. UV index reading at 3, which is in the moderate category. Friday night, low of -12, wind chill at -9 in the evening and -18 overnight. Saturday, high of 0 and a low of -9. And on Sunday, periods of snow, high of -3 and low of -3, so we stay right there. For more weather information, log on to seasidefm.com. Current temperature outside the studios of Seaside FM, Eastern Passage, and Fisherman's Cove. It is -5 degrees Celsius with a wind chill at -9. That's your Metro Weather Call forecast, and now a little business with you.
Seaside FM weather, brought to you by Atlantic Tours and Travel. From worry-free vacations to your dream destinations. Locally owned and proudly showcasing Atlantic Canada and the world for over 50 years. Online at atlantictours.com.
Well, my mom used to have a leaky basement, but then we heard the Rockbusters guy commercial on the radio. It was just in time.
Hi, I'm Don Sacre. I run a little water repair company called Rockbusters. I know that seniors may be easily taken advantage of. Drainage problems, leaky basements, sewer backup. I promise to get your job done right. Call Don and your water will be gone. 499-8857.
499-8857.
Hi, Dawn. Just want to say thanks so much. You did an amazing job at my mom's house.
Direct from Las Vegas.
It's yesterday once more.
From the creators of Oh What a Night, a brand new show, Yesterday Once More, featuring the music of the Carpenters, ABBA, The Fifth Dimension, Mamas and the Papas. Great musical memories with Yesterday Once More.
It's yesterday.
Yesterday Once More. Wednesday, March 13th, 7 p.m., the Rebecca Cohn Auditorium, Halifax. Get your tickets now.
This is the adult grown-up sound, Seaside FM.
For the first 8 years of this program, at this section of the show, I would have something called Peggy's Choice. And this is a tribute to Peggy LeClaire, who was a devoted listener to Seaside FM and also a devoted listener to Evening Solitude. She loved the song that was written by Sammy Fain and Irvin Cahill called I'll Be Seeing You. And I made it my goal to play a different piece of a version of I'll Be Seeing You for Peggy each and every week. And I would delve deep into the archives. This was way before YouTube, and this was way before having to have music very accessible. I would search libraries in order to find that. And one of the last little tributes that Peggy would give is just a wonderful obituary. In her obituary, she mentioned me and this particular program and how Seaside FM really meant a lot to her. So I was really, really thrilled whenever I heard about that. Unfortunately, Peggy had passed away on May 26th, 2012. But I continue this tribute every anniversary using the Dream theme song as Peggy's Corner, as the segment was called, and playing her favorite version of I'll Be Seeing You. This was one of her favorite versions, and this was by the United States Air Force Airmen, and it was a tribute band of Glenn Miller's, and here is I'll Be Seeing You, and once again for the great Peggy LeClaire.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well, I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll see you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing
I'll Be Seeing You, sent out for the great Peggy LeClaire, who was just a wonderful darling to the Seaside FM as well as the evening Solitude, and we want to thank her each and every week as she would call around this time to hear her favorite song. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put up Peggy's Corner's theme song. This is Mort Lindsay and the orchestra with the Dream theme, and we'll play the whole thing. Why not? It's our 14th anniversary. That theme song was very recognizable to you. Well, that was because it was, for 24 years, the theme song for the Merv Griffin Show, which is a daytime talk show. Actually, it was also in the nighttime right against Johnny Carson on CBS, but it ran for 24 years, and that was composed by Merv Griffin himself and performed by Mort Lindsay and his orchestra. And I play that because I am such a fan of production music. Music that's not commercially available, but I use it for our weather and various nuances and incidental music for elements such as our commercial breaks in this program. And one of the big musicians that I feature heavily on this program was a big fan was with Dane and Robin, who are listening to us, and they were big Price is Right fans. And Price is Right, which still runs to this day on CBS, I think it has just celebrated its 45th anniversary on CBS, but with Drew Carey, had some wonderful production music that was composed by Ed Kalehoff. And it was the resident musician-composer for many of the television programs that you hear today, but you may not know the name. Here is one of the first pricing cues that were released in 1972 for The Price is Right. It's called Second Thoughts, and this one goes out to Robin and Dane listening to us in Halifax. To you the great sounds of the 20th century and beyond. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, Metro's easy listening radio station.
walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly dig. You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big. You're lunching at 21, watching your diet, declining a Charlotte Russe, accepting a fig. When out of a clear blue sky, it's suddenly gal and guy, and this could be the start of something big. There's no controlling the unrolling of your fate, my friend. Who knows what's written in the magic book?
But when a lover you discover at the gate, my friend, invite her in without a second look.
You're up in an aeroplane, or dining at Sardi's, or lying at Malibu, alone on the sand. You suddenly hear a bell, and right away you can tell that this could be the start of something grand.
This could be the start of something very big. Why don't you play your part? Please give your heart to me and see. This could be the start of something wonderful. Why don't you take a chance? Just try romance with me and see.
You're watching the sun come up and counting your money, or else in a dim cafe you're ordering wine. Then suddenly there he is, and you want to be where he is. And this must be the start of something. This could be the heart of something. This could be the start of something big.
That is Steve Lawrence, A Needy Gourmet, and that is the wonderful stylings of Steve Allen, who composed that song. He was a very prolific composer, and he wrote over 5,000 songs and was the great-great-great-grandfather of The Tonight Show. From 1952 to 1957 on NBC. He started the whole desk in the chair and the monologue and entertained. Back then, the Tonight Show ran live, and it was an hour 45 minutes. Now it's talk shows like Conan are down to half an hour, and even then there's commercials, so it's 22 minutes of content. So that's times have changed. Things ain't what they used to be. Okay, we are going to continue on. Sounds for Mary Campbell listening to us in Riverview. Mary loves those pizzicato strings, and I wouldn't go on with my 14th anniversary show without playing this particular piece of music for her. This is Ivor Slaney and Window Gazing from the album Music for Supermarkets. the swingiest sounds of the golden age of the Great American Songbook. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. That was called Skytrain from, of course, the 1970s. 1972 from the KPM Record Library. Alan Hawkshaw from Britain had wonderful, huge orchestras at his disposal doing production music for early 1970s commercial music that were used by radio stations and production houses, films and television and radio, and that was one of the pieces of music. Skytrain was the name of that song. Before that, we heard Ivor Slaney, sent out for Mary Campbell, and that was Widow Gazing, and that one from 1954 with the Pizzicato Strings. We're going back now to 1947 with a wonderful piece of music from my favorite lyricist of all time. His name is Johnny Mercer, and we're going to be hearing one of his famous pieces called Personality. Here is Johnny Mercer and the Pied Pipers.
When Madame Pompadour was on a ballroom floor, said all the gentlemen obviously, the Madame has the cutest personality. And think of all the books about Du Barry's looks. What was it made of the toast to Paris? She had a well-developed personality.
What did Romeo see in Juliet, or Pierrot in Pierrette, or Jupiter in Juno?
You know. And when Salome danced and had the boys entranced, no doubt it must have been easy to see that she knew how to use her personality.
settee. Unless she's got a perfect personality. A girl can get somewhere in spite of stringy hair, or even just a bit bowed at the knees. If she can show a faultless personality.
Why a certain girl's offered certain things, like sable coats and wedding rings, by men who wear their spats right.
That's right. So don't you say I'm smart and have the kindest heart. Oh, what a wonderful sister I'd be.
Just tell me how you like my
personality.
Baby, you've got the cutest
personality.
Broadway, jazz, easy listening, and the Great American Songbook. We have all of that and more on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, celebrating 30 years in broadcasting. This one sent out for Bruce Doucette. Wanted to hear Dionne Warwick and I'll Never Fall in Love Again.
What do you get when you fall in love? A guy with a pin to burst your bubble. That's what you get for your trouble. I'll never fall in love again. I'll never fall in love again. What do you get when you kiss a guy? You get another chance to catch pneumonia. Then you do, you'll never fall, never fall in love again. Don't you know that I'll never fall in love again? Don't tell me what it's all about, 'cause I've been there and I'm glad I'm out of those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies, pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. No, no, I'll never fall in love again. Those chains that bind you. That is why I'm here to remind you. What do you get when you fall in love? You only get lies, pain and sorrow. So for at least until tomorrow, I'll never fall in love again. Don't you know that I'll never fall in love again? I'll never fall in love again.
From 1970, Dionne Warwick, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, Hal David Bacharach composition. What I love about this program is my mantra was always the Great American Songbook. And the Great American Songbook started around the 19-teens, somewhere around 1915, 1916, and went all the way to around 1966. And then they were popularized by composers on Tin Pan Alley in New York City. And composers composed and singers sang. And that none of the twain should rarely meet. But what would happen is they would be popularized on the Broadway stage, and then it would be turned into a movie in Hollywood, California, and then the jazz people, the blues people, and the popular music would take their, I guess, turn and make it their own with their own arrangements. And what I love about the Great American Songbook is that it's about 400 or 500 songs, and they are restricted by the notes and the lyrics, but it is the talent of the communication to the audience that I am very interested in. So, we heard the original version, or the hit version of I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Here is Benny Goodman and his orchestra taking his crack in 1970 of the same song. And here it is. Benny Goodman and his orchestra, and that was I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Well, it is time now to give you your 5-day Metro Weather Call forecast.
What's new with the weather? What's new?
And here's your Metro Weather Call forecast. Light snow ending this evening, then partly cloudy. Risk of freezing drizzle this evening, with temperature rising to -2, then this evening, then falling. Wind chill at -6 in the evening and -15 overnight. On Friday, mainly sunny, winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. High of -2, wind chill at -15 in the morning and -8 in the afternoon. UV index reading at 3, which is in a moderate category. Friday night, a few clouds. Low of -12, wind chill at -9 in the evening and -18 overnight. On Saturday, high of 0, low of -9. Sunday, high of -3 and low of -3. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you look at highs of 3, -5 and -5, and lows of -10, -12, and -6, respectively. For more weather information, log on to SeasideFM.com. Current temperature outside the studios of Seaside FM, -5 degrees, with a wind chill at -9. And now, a little business with you.
Seaside FM weather, brought to you by Atlantic Tours and Travel for over 50 years. Online at AtlanticTours.com.
Island Girls, the best of Cape Breton's music and comedy by 4 of the island's most celebrated female performers. Beth McDonald, Lucy McNeil, Jen Shepherd, and Heather Rankin bring you brilliant harmonies, powerful vocals, and loads of fun, all backed up with a stellar band. Island Girls, Rebecca Cohen, Saturday, April 6th. Get your tickets now by calling 902-494-3820 or go to artcenter.dal.ca. A Brooks Diamond production presented by Seaside FM.
We're rounding the corner, week 3 of Souls in Motion's Feel Good February, and we'd love for you to come in and get to know our staff, products, and services. Week 3 of our amazing specials is spend $100 and receive a $15 gift certificate. Nothing like shopping, shoes, and a great sale to make you warm and toasty. Don't forget to fill out a ballot to win our February Feel Good basket, valued at more than $500. Don't get left out in the cold. Week 3 ends this Friday. See you soon at Souls in Motion, 133 Baker Drive, Dartmouth.
CFEP is 105.9 Seaside FM.
Don't get left out in the cold. Week 3 ends this Friday. See you soon at Souls in Motion.
And we are back of our second of 2 hours here on our 14th anniversary show here on Evening Solitude. My name is Charles Hsuen. I bring you music until the program closes, and that's going to be down the line at 8 p.m. as we have been doing for the last 14 years. We have had a cornucopia of music from the 20th century and beyond of the Great American Songbook. And I wanted to play this next piece of music because I think it's very, very important because it's part of the golden age of music. It kind of does the cross-breeding of the wonderful stylings of classical music with the wonderful stylings of the Great American Songbook. And this comes from the golden age of light music, 4 decades worth, and this is Marlon Merrick and the Boston Pops Orchestra, and it's called Look Sharp, Be Sharp, a very cheery tune, and I think was used in a shaving commercial in the 1980s, if I'm not mistaken, for Gillette. Here is Look Sharp, Be Sharp, right here on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen. from 1952. That's Look Sharp, Be Sharp. And that was the Boston Pop. And that was composed especially for the Gillette Shaving Cream Company and Shaving Razor Company. Had lyrics for it, and it was a big marketing campaign in the 1950s. I first heard this piece of music with the New York Philharmonic and Danny Kaye, the legendary Danny Kaye, doing a UNICEF benefit at the Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts in New York City. And he played this and said, for those people who love to shave. And then he played this music. And then I heard this music come on the radio not too long ago and thought I might play it for you. My name is Charles Hsuen. This is Evening Solitude, our 14th anniversary program right here on Seaside FM. Though I've been broadcasting for 30 years, half of those years have been here in the studio bringing you the music of the 20th century and beyond. Hello goes out to Patrick Manifold, who I met a few weeks ago at the Oyster Festival, the Sip and Shuck Festival, and he was a photographer there, but I believe he's also a life coach, and you can check him out on Facebook. He is one of those multifaceted people who very, very talented here in the HRM and all over Nova Scotia doing big promotions. So thank you very much, Patrick, for tuning in and letting me know that you are out there. Here comes Bobby Darin and The More I See You.
The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. With every sigh I become more mad about you, more lost without you, and so it goes. Can you imagine how much I love you? The more I see you, as years go by, I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you, my heart won't try. My heart won't try.
The big bands, the small groups, the singers, and the shows. You're listening to Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, celebrating 30 years in broadcasting.
Come a little closer, stay a little longer. Now the gang is gone, put Sinatra on. What are you afraid of? Make yourself at home now. You know you can trust me. If I dim the light, since the fire's bright, what are you afraid of? Who's to know you let yourself go a kiss or so astray? Hi-ho the merry-o, blame it on the stereo. All the way, baby, take your shoes off. We're not going dancing. Kiss me like before, let the fire roar. Throw another pillow on the floor. Learn what love is made of. What are you afraid of?
on the stereo all the way. Baby, take your shoes off. We're not going dancing. Kiss me like before, let the fire roar. Throw another pillow on the floor. Learn what love is made of. What are you afraid of? Put Sinatra on. Now the gang is gone. Do it one more time.
The unmistakable sounds of Tony Bennett. That was from his 1986 album entitled The Art of Excellence, and there is no other great title that could describe this wonderful album that was recorded digitally and with Ralph Sharon and his orchestra. It was his comeback album after a 7-year absence in recording. He kind of went downhill during this time period. A lot of people don't know about this, but he went into a huge bout with drugs and alcohol, and then his son said, get your act together and I will manage you. And then he recorded this album, and then a few years later he showed up at the MTV Awards with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then got a resurgence in his career that to this very day he goes out on tour and does at least 50 dates in a year. So that's once a week that he goes out and performs for these large stadiums. And he is at the ripe old age, I believe, of 93. Tony Bennett and the Ralph Sharon Orchestra. What Are You Afraid Of? From The Art of Excellence. My name's Charles Hsuen. This is Evening Solitude. The More I See You with Bobby Darin. That's Billy May and the orchestra backing Bobby Darin up in that great piece of music. That one from 1962. We are going to continue on sounds with a wonderful album that came out in 2002. It was the year after this lovely stalwart of singer, actress, and multi-talented performer left us, and her name was Rosemary Clooney. She is more famous now as George Clooney's aunt, but in her heyday, she was the big star. And like Tony Bennett, she went for years in a downturn, and she was very depressed because she witnessed the death of and the assassination of Robert Kennedy in the Ambassador Hotel in, I believe, in Chicago. Oh, no, in New York. My apologies. And so she went into depression for about 10 years, and then she came back in full-fledged, and she recorded her last album in Honolulu, Hawaii, with the Matt Cuttingham Orchestra. And at this, she went out in style. Now, during that Grammy Awards year, Bette Midler was also up for a nomination in the same category as Rosemary Clooney, but Bette Midler's album was a tribute to Rosemary Clooney. So Bette pulled out and let Clooney win, and this song and this album was posthumously awarded to Rosemary Clooney, called The Last Concert, and we're going to be hearing a wonderful Hoagie Carmichael composition called Rockin' Chair.
Chair's got me. Cane by my side. Fetch me that gin, son, for I tan your hide. I can't get from this cabin. Sit me here grabbing at the flies round this old rocking chair.
rocking chair gets it. Judgment Day is here, and I'm chained to my old rocking chair. Judgment Day is here, and I'm chained to this old rocking chair. And I'm chained to this old rocking chair.
Bringing to you the great sounds of yesterday and today. This is Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, right here on 105.9 Seaside FM, Metro's easy listening radio station. The incomparable Nelson Riddle and his orchestra from the motion picture from 1960. It was called Stowaway in the Sky, which was a French family adventure film, and that was narrated by Jack Lemmon in the American version. He loved it so much, Jack Lemmon was so impressed with the film, he bought the American rights to it, which was released in 1960. That piece of music by Nelson Riddle is the ending theme song for 60 years, well, actually, it would be 50 years and some change, for the great Jonathan Schwartz, who does the Great American Songbook on the Jonathan Station. And he plays this song at the very end, and it's just an absolutely wonderful piece of music. The theme from Stowaway in the Sky by Nelson Riddle from 1960. We are going to continue on sounds with Nat King Cole doing Barbra Streisand. Here is Nat King Cole, and I heard this version and had not played it before, and I think he does a wonderful job. Here is People.
People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. We're children needing other children, and yet letting our grown-up pride hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children. Lovers are very special people. They're the luckiest people in the world. With one person, one very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you were half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. With one person, a very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you were half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the
People by Nat King Cole. One of the first pieces of music I played was this performance, the ever-youthful sounding Blossom Dearie. A special lady calls in each and every week. She is a big Blossom Dearie fan, among other fans of my Penguin music by Don Byron. And I think this really sums up the cabaret performance of the ballad stylings of Blossom Dearie. She was an elderly woman when she sang this song, and she was even older when I met her in 1994. So 9 years after this recording. This was recorded in 1985 in San Francisco, California. It's called In a Silent Tear. Listen to the chord structure of Blossom Dearie, because she has these wonderful chords in her wonderful, youthful sounding, girlish voice gives a wonderful contrast to this ballad. In a Silent Tear, one of the first pieces of music I played on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen 14 years ago.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Inside a silent tear, I have a silent dream that sometimes sails across the patterns of my mind. But silence follows me, and dreams just disappear. And then I find myself inside a silent tear. Sometimes I laugh too much to hide the emptiness, to lose the loneliness. I'm not the laughing kind. I can't say anything I really want to say. I guess I try so hard, I stumble on the way. I'm always finding love when it's not meant to be. What is reality? And can it be defined? When you're a fool like me, it's never really clear. So you have silent dreams inside a silent tear.
It's always showtime here on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen, celebrating 30 years in broadcasting. Well, I actually wanted to play the instrumental version of that song because I think it's a far better version when it's just played instrumentally. So here it is, Henry Mancini. Henry Mancini, and a wonderful rendition of the incomparable Don't Call It Love. That one from a 1979 motion picture called 10, starring Julie Andrews and Dudley Moore. A hilarious movie if you've ever got to see it. And there is a I won't give it away, but there is a wonderful dentist scene. There's something about a dentist going to the dentist office and being in a dental chair and having somebody suffer through a dental examination. One of the most classic sketches on the Carol Burnett Show was Harvey Korman and Tim Conway doing a dentist sketch. Well, there's a similar one that's in this movie called 10 from 1979. I'm just laughing right now just thinking of it. My name is Charles Hsuen, and we're coming down to the last 22 minutes of our 14th anniversary show here on Seaside FM. Going to give you a brief commercial break, and then we're going to get back to some more music. Here it is.
Seaside FM weather, brought to you by Atlantic Tours and Travel. From worry-free vacations to your dream destinations. Locally owned and proudly showcasing Atlantic Canada and the world for over 50 years. Online at AtlanticTours.com.
Direct from Las Vegas.
It's yesterday once more.
From the creators of Oh What a Night, a brand new show, Yesterday Once More. featuring the music of the Carpenters, ABBA, The Fifth Dimension, Mamas and the Papas. Great musical memories with Yesterday Once More.
It's yesterday.
Yesterday Once More. Wednesday, March 13th, 7 p.m., the Rebecca Cohn Auditorium, Halifax. Get your tickets now.
Guess what? Last week of February. Spring really is coming soon. Souls in Motion is on our last week of Feel Good February. Come in and get to know our staff and everything we offer. Our last weekly February special is guaranteed to warm your toes. The more you buy of our sale items, the more you save. First item is 15% off. Second item of equal or lesser value, 20% off. Third item of equal or lesser value, 25% off. Phew, that was a lot of explaining. All details are in store. Don't forget to fill out a ballot to win our February Feel Good basket, valued at more than $500. Draw will be February 28th. See you soon at Souls in Motion, 133 Baker Drive, Dartmouth.
Do you know where I can find a trusted and reliable pharmacist or psychologist?
Yes, I do.
What about a moving company or a travel agent?
Yes, I do.
What about services like junk removal, seniors care, consulting, or house cleaning?
Yes, I do. And many other trusted services. We are the Serving Seniors Alliance, a source of high-quality, trusted service providers for seniors and their family. When you need a service provider to help you with your needs, look no further than the Serving Seniors Alliance trusted members. It's all about trust. Call us at 902-499-4122 or visit us at servingseniors.info. Sponsored by 105.9 Seaside FM.
Tickets are now on sale for Symphony Nova Scotia's upcoming concert season. That commercial was not supposed to go on, actually. We'll unlock your memories with this.
Unlock your memories. 105.9 Seaside FM.
Jimmy Darren is up next, and this one going out for Sheila. She always loves Jimmy Darren, and here's You Better Love Me.
You'd better love me while you may. Tomorrow I may fly away. I want your gentle touch, your continental touch, that elemental touch, and you want me to, and I know that you do. You'd better love me while I'm here. I have been known to disappear, so don't let this miracle melt away. The clock ticks fast above me. If you think fondly of me, you'd better love me while you may. You'd better love me while you may. Tomorrow I may fly away. I want your gentle touch, your continental touch, that elemental touch, and you want me to, and I know that you do. You'd better love me while I'm here. I have been known to disappear, so don't let this miracle melt away. The clock ticks fast above me. If you think fondly of me, you'd better love me. You'd better love me. You'd better love me while you may.
We're always swinging you down the lane on Evening Solitude with Charles Hsuen.
Don't know why I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, I wish that I catching teardrops in my hand. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Out across the endless sea, I would die in ecstasy, but I'll be a bag of bones, driving down the road alone. My heart is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Something has to make you run. I don't know why I didn't call. My feel is empty at home. I don't know why I didn't call. I don't know why I didn't call. I don't know why I didn't come.
The great Norah Jones. I don't know why. Yes, from Come Away With Me. I remember that came out in 2002, and that was just shortly before I took the reins here of this program called Evening Solitude. Before that, Jimmy Darren sent up for Sheila. Thank you, Sheila, for letting me know that you're out there. You Better Love Me While You May. Big Jimmy Darren fan. We're coming down to the last 14 minutes of our program here. Last night, I saw for the first time American Masters on PBS, a special documentary on Sammy Davis Jr., I Gotta Be Me. This is one of his songs. I believe that he was the greatest entertainer, period, full stop. You can't get any better than Sammy Davis Jr. Here is At Crossroads with George Rhodes and his orchestra. Very high energetic piece of music. Sammy was multi-talented. He played every instrument in the band. He sang, he danced, he did impressions. He could tell jokes. He did comedy. Fantastic. He was just blessed with his talent. And the documentary covers all of that, the multifaceted Sammy Davis Jr., and also showed his struggle as a black man growing up in 1940s, 50s, and 60s America. Here's Sammy Davis Jr. and At the Crossroads, wonderfully restored by Steve Hoffman, who was a great audio engineer. And I bought the CD in 1989, and it was an absolute marvel. It still sounds as great today as when I bought it.